Music therapy, my Wi-Fi zucking the big one again. Going to the moon. Okay, so Steve, when are you doing a piano scope? I've been waiting for you to do a piano scope after all this time. You've been telling me, and I'm, waiting for it. Let me play another tune for you while we wait for a crowd to show up. Yes, I will have a rant. Well, not a rant, an educational talk. I will give you a little bit of education on what the zuck is, a man-in-the-middle attack. But before we do that, we're going to play another tune to relax you first. Hello, Deep Southern. we lost followers, we lost viewers from me playing piano, so zuck the piano. We know what the answer is. Nobody likes the piano. That is clear. Look, 400 and some people left when I played piano. So what does that tell you? What does that tell you? It's like they say, this is not Taylor Swift. We don't want to zucking listen to this. 1 60-second timeout. They said, Aztec Calibri, Norma, how are you? So it's like, yep, we don't want to listen to this guy play zucking piano. So they're saying, what is this old-fashioned music? This is not Taylor Swift. They tells me they have no taste. So yes, Steve. Yes, 400 people without culture. Steve from Florida. I'm so zucking mad at Steve from Florida. I don't know why, but I am. I'm so zucking mad at Steve from Florida. Anonymous Day. Is it really Anonymous Day? I thought that was in November. Hello Tuesday. Hello Nelcha. Who else is here? I'm leaving a DM for your piano. Hello Bonzo. Polar Bear. That's Worrisome is back. Well, coming in and out. Incognito Day. So today will be educational. We're going to talk about the concept of man in the middle. Man in the middle. And no, it's not. Thank you, Carol. Thank you, Carol. Man in the Middle is National Sibling Day. Dallas Hack of Sirens. Man in the Middle is not a you know, menage a trois thing. Okay. How about the hack in Dallas? I don't know about the hack in Dallas. Why mad at Steve? I'm not zucking mad at Steve. Darn. Man in the Middle is nothing to do with menage a trois. Man in the Middle is has to do with the internet. So what was the ethical hack of 2016? I don't zucking know, Chris. You tell me. Did you hear about the emergency sirens all got hacked? The emergency sirens all got hacked? Like where? In my scope. Women in the middle. No, Nelcha, they were not very politically correct when they made this expression. It's called MITM. I guess it's always, the hacker is always a man. Zucks, it's so bad. So let me tell you what man in the middle stands for. It really means somebody is listening in. So whatever you do on the internet, there's always somebody listening in the middle. And the listening party could be a passive man in the middle, or could be active, meaning they could be doing something to you. And so we're going to talk about all of this different aspects, because many people think, not necessarily Big Brother, it could just be a hacker. Many people think you go on the zucking internet and you're zucking safe here. So is there a man in the middle here on Periscope? Is there a man in the middle on Periscope? Well, of course. Many. So on Periscope, there are many men in the middle, or apps in the middle, that are listening into this traffic, because there's nothing encrypted about any public website. So to zuck from within, the drama may be oh yeah, I gotta be zucking mad. Zucking mad. I'm zucking mad. Bring out the numbers. You never say from the internet. Later be revealed like Swampy Wood. I believe someone listens to my phone calls. So anyway, back to yeah, I know there was a shooting in San Bernardino, and so here once again, here comes all the press releases. Somebody's gonna take away my guns again. Somebody's gonna come out and say, take away my zucking gun. Okay, got the routine. I'm in Fort Worth. Okay, 4,911 calls. So yeah, so there was a shooting in the school. And does someone know I'm watching your scope? Yes, but if you don't use your real name, then it's and you have a VPN, then it doesn't lead to anything. So one of the things. Hello, Rodito87, first day in Periscope. Welcome. I hope you follow me, Rodito87. One of the issues. Hello, Rodo. Hello, Rodo. Hope you follow and you'll be entertained here tonight. Follow Rob. Was that a zucking gun? Yes, this is a zucking gun. This is a zucking gun. Yes, it's very zucking. I think I'm back. Verizon doesn't like my VPN. So, Tia Sushi is not a real gun. It's a toy. Tia Sushi, it's a prop. Okay, do you watch movies, Tia Sushi? In the movies, they use props. I use a prop, okay? It has an orange tip right there. Orange tip, okay? It's a zucking prop. Okay, it's very, very heavy toy. This is a toy that can be used in the movies because it's very realistic. Okay? So it's like, oh my gosh, you're gonna shoot somebody! Wait a minute, are you telling me if I fire this at you, you're gonna die? You were scared, but are you telling me that if I fire this at Periscope, you're gonna die? Yeah, Maxine Waters approved, yes. I have toy blood when it shoots me. So no, nobody's gonna die when I shoot somebody at Periscope. It doesn't transmit on the internet, so you don't have to worry about that, even though it's only a toy. Zuck you, zuck ball. So anyway, stand your ground law. So anyway, back to man in the middle. There are many definitions of man in the middle, and we have a pretty common understanding of man in the middle when it relates to hacking. So. To give you an example, if somebody hacks your Wi-Fi at home, like your neighbor, as an example, hacks your Wi-Fi at home, they can basically intercept your traffic and be a man in the middle. MITM is the actual abbreviation for it. So, for example, if I said I'm pissed off at my zucking neighbor, what I'm going to do is say, does my neighbor, hello James, does my neighbor use WEP, W-E-P, for authentication? If they use WEP, then they're zucked. I can hack them in a few minutes. So if you go around, looking around town and want to use free Wi-Fi, all you have to do is search for somebody using WEP, W-E-P. Anyone can hack a network with WEP, and then you can borrow their internet. And so you run around town, go from house to house in a car and say, I need the internet. And you say, found one using WEP, W-E-P, authentication. If you're using that, you're zucked. Somebody comes in, uses your Wi-Fi. No problem. The best VPN is the one I recommend on my website, whatthezuck.net. You're always zucked. Yeah, if you're using WEP, you're zucked. So flip the screen. I have a website called whatthezuck.net. There are so many cases of man in the middle, and some you can protect against, some you can't. But many of them you can protect against with a VPN. And so, for example, if you want to hide your identity on Periscope, you would use a VPN combined with a non-real name. So the combination of that prevents somebody from taking your identity here on Periscope. So cloud-based on. So that's one of the things that I will talk about as far as needing. It's kind of an important tool. So we'll repeat that all throughout the scope. A VPN is as important as a antivirus. If you have an antivirus and do you feel like you can go without an antivirus? If you think you can go without an antivirus, then you don't need a VPN. If you think you need an antivirus, then you need a VPN, which is actually not an option anymore. I have no business being online. It's cloud-based that doesn't mean anything, Ninja. Obviously, all VPNs are cloud-based. What does that mean, cloud-based VPN? That doesn't make any sense. Dallas emergency sirens need a better firewall. All VPNs are in the cloud. I don't understand the comment. Is there a VPN that's not in the cloud? Well, let's rephrase that. All VPNs you should use are in the cloud. Okay, so all VPNs you should use are in the cloud. So that's what I recommend for you. VPN is man in the middle. VPN is an encrypted man in the middle, actually. VPN is a man in the middle that is encrypted. And if you go with a company that does not log your traffic, then that man in the middle is a safe man in the middle. So yes, who said that man? That's a very smart comment. I actually, that is a very smart person who said that. Who said the VPN is man in the middle? Who said that? Can you identify yourself? Slog Slog, you're impressing me, Slog. Slog is obviously an IT guy, understands the concept. Who watches the VPNs? That's a good question. You can't really be certain, so what I relied on is court cases. So the VPN I recommend not only has the lowest price and highest performance, it also was in court quite a few times, even in Russia. And they were able to take the servers of the VPN and found no data stored, no logs. So therefore, their standard configuration has no logs. They don't want the responsibility for getting your data stolen, so they don't have data. So that's what I recommend. PIA, the one I recommend, which is on my website, whatthezuck.net, is actually something that was recommended to me by anonymous people. So if anonymous people use it, I said, okay, then they must have reason for it, and I checked it out, and it was the court cases. The court cases guarantee that they're not going to screw around with us, because they've already been in several court cases. You're about to hit 26 million hearts. That doesn't mean anything anymore, unfortunately. But yes, thank you. Thank you for the 26 million hearts. So back to VPNs. VPNs are, in fact, inserting somebody in the middle of your traffic on the internet, and it encrypts it. So it's a encrypted man in the middle. By putting an encrypted man in the middle of your internet traffic, presumably those trying to be bad people who are man in the middle won't be able to intercept it. In theory, it doesn't always work. I do digital forensics for fun. VPN info can be found in Windows. VPN info can be found in Windows. You mean well, if you're inside the computer, the VPN, it's obviously not, I don't know what the VPN is going to do if you have a keylogger inside the computer. I don't know what the VPN is going to do if you zucking use email. For one thing, all email has a man in the middle. Let me repeat. All email has a man in the middle. Your ISP can read your email. Even with a VPN, somebody on the internet can read your email. Even with a VPN, the National Zucking Agency can read your email. There is someone that can read your email, if not everyone. Email is the most easily read piece of internet data. Because of email, okay, did it come back? Did it come back? Oh my gosh. That was the, did it come back? Okay, the cable, the internet went down from the ISP. Internet, I checked, and the modem disconnected. Oh my gosh. No, modem disconnected. Modem disconnected. I checked the modem to the ISP disconnected. So it's my phone company. Okay, it's the cable company. Zucked again. Okay, let's check. Okay, it's the cable company. Cable company. It's a cable company. Okay. Hopefully it's okay now. Hopefully it's okay now. So let's see. Goodness, we lost a lot of viewers there just from that. FCC, yes, there you go. So cable company, is anyone else get bumped? So it's not anything to do with anyone here. What happened was I checked the modem shut down. The modem rebooted. Okay, the cable company modem rebooted, so we can blame my cable company, Spectrum, Zucking Trum. I got zucked by Spectrum. The old Time Warner cable zucked me up. Russians. Oh, the Russians did it. That's what it is. The Russians did it. I got hacked. I got hacked by the Russians. They did a man-in-the-middle attack on. Let's get them. Something wrong. Yeah, something wrong. Something wrong. The Russians, damn those Russians. They're like, oh my gosh. They're like everywhere. Cerno did it. Keyloggers can be found using decent antivirus. No, Ninja. No. No. Crazy Russian hackers. Yeah, Hillary did it. Okay, so Ninja asked, can you find a keylogger? Can you find a keylogger with an antivirus? Hell fucking no. Ninja, let me just tell you about technology. Technology that I've known about, but confirmed it's being used by the Vault 7 CIA documents. They can insert a virus through your antivirus. They can trick the antivirus, insert a keylogger into your system, and you're not gonna fucking know it. FYI. So if your enemy is a state player, it's gonna be hard to fight that kind of man in the middle. Okay, Morton Salt, no, yeah, maybe Morton Salt, yeah, Morton Salt is in there. But yes, if your enemy is a state player, and or if you're some zucking terrorist thinking you can get away with things, I'm telling you that technically it's gonna be pretty damn hard. Any way to find the keylogger? Zuck. There are some keyloggers you'll never find. So one of the best ways, there's some avenues. What is the benefit of being online? Because social, you want to be social, but you need to be in protected platforms. Yeah, light a match and start over. To 20 pounds sledge, yeah, it's better now. The problem, for those of you just came in, the problem was on my end. The cable company's modem shut down, and I looked at it. The cable company modem shut down, but Periscope itself was still running. So when the network came up, it rebooted. I was looking at the modem. The modem was rebooting, and then when it rebooted, I didn't touch Periscope. It started up again. So I did not lose my numbers, because that zucking numbers game with VIP is zucking crazy. Okay, I don't want to be losing numbers, because if you restart your scope and you got 100 viewers from a restart, they actually ding you for the 100 users. So it's Zuckio. Hello, iSocialFit. How is Zuck today? The only way to secure data in a computer is don't put data in a computer. Someone's account was hacked on Periscope and they can't get their account running. I sent a reset backwards through the scope. I'm good, Alex. I'm good, Alex. By the way, Alex, Zuck is good. Okay, Zuck needs to broadcast on Brax audio. By the way, iSocialFit Alex. Obviously Facebook is unbeatable. I mean, it's a massive, massive enterprise, and it's. I've always said that Zuck will be the most powerful person in the world. That's why I fight him. But I'm actually happy about what Brax represents, because Brax represents what I call micro broadcasting. So everyone has Facebook Live and all this, and Alex as iSocialFit, and Brax offers micro broadcasting, which allows for safe social media because you have controlled markets. When you're talking, you know how have micro blogs, micro breweries, everything is like refined and more targeted. And on Brax, you can have very targeted, broadcast. You're talking to a group of people, and it's actually quite nice. I'm enjoying it. So people want to do music scopes and any kind of entertainment and debates and politics and education. Go to Brax.me. Phase 4 prep. And okay, so anyway, so that's just a side topic here while we're getting our internet back. So to continue on with what I'm saying, man in the middle is in existence in everything we do. Man in the middle is a problem with email in particular. It's one of the worst places for man in the middle. There's actually no escaping man in the middle in email. There's actually no solution. Let me repeat. There is no solution to man in the middle on email. The National Zucking Agency reads your email. Your ISP can read your email. Your IT department can read your email. Anyone on Gmail reads your email. Any one of the trunk companies, level 3, all of these trunk companies can read your email. Since there is no actual protection for email, show me one, iSocialFit. I'm trying to look for them. iSocialFit, can you show me one? I'd like to see it. So anyway, the because there's actually no protection for man in the middle, the solution is that we need to change behaviors as far as what you do with email. You'll email me, okay. So this is what I suggest. We can't escape to have some email. Can't escape that. So how do you protect yourself from email problems? I would suggest this. First, you are identified on the email by the IP address which is on the email. Therefore, somebody can say, show me all the emails emanating from 192.168.0.1. So if they got your IP address, for example, you're on Periscope right now. Somebody pops a message here. Please pop iSocialFit. iSocialFit pops up on here on Scope. Somebody then checks his IP address, assuming he doesn't have a VPN. Okay? Assuming he doesn't have a VPN, somebody says, okay, that's iSocialFit over here. Let's find out his IP address. Then somebody then can say, show me all the emails emanating from 192.168.0.1, your IP address. And then they say, this IP address is owned by these guys. And they got your names. And they got your IP address and your real name and your email address. You're zucked. Then they say, okay, what other traffic is emanating from this address? Oh, let me read all the Amazon purchases you've made. Oh yeah, okay, you ordered bras and panties from Amazon, and so we know what size you are, what color you ordered, and now we know that's the guy, that's the girl that's making the comment here in Periscope. Okay? Do you understand what I'm saying here? So all you have to do is pink. So so all they have to do is say, without knowing who you are, they say, okay, there's a person there making a post, find the IP address, find all of the historical emails coming out of that IP address, because it's not encrypted. It's not encrypted. Somebody has it. The government has it. Various parties have it. Your ISPs have it. On and on and on. Then they can say, okay, you won't succeed. iSocialFit has a VPN, so I won't succeed. Okay, so iSocialFit. But if you don't have a VPN, you're zucked. Only llama porn on mine. So, yes, yeah, damn, yes, Douglas, yes, Amazon knows you're a cross-dresser. Yes, Douglas, Amazon knows you're a cross-dresser. They know all that. They know all these details. So here's the problem with that interception. The interception of an email is very, very revealing. There's so much information in the email just because the IP address comes out of it. Just your name alone. Your name, the IP address. Now, how do you stop that? You stop it at the email side with two factors. One, use a different email address that doesn't have your real name. Use an email address that does not have your real name. So instead of, john.smith@gmail.com, use something else, A123 at A123@gmail.com. Then use a VPN. Now what do they have now? With the VPN, they have no IP address. With the unknown name, then they don't have anything. So you got it? Simple fix here. I would not go now and change something without a VPN because you just get yourself spotted. Okay? Never use Google, never use Facebook. See, I notice you're very biased, iSocialFit. You only say they have A123 panty size. Does that exist? Okay, so that's one of the techniques that you can use for that. The other thing is, for the times when you have to actually have to use email, for the times you actually have to use email, start minimizing the use of email. Use Facebook Messenger. No, don't use Facebook Messenger. He's absolutely wrong. Don't minimize the use of email everywhere. Minimize the use of Facebook Messenger, because Facebook Messenger reads whatever you put on there. I can't believe that iSocialFit would come in here and actually tell a cybersecurity scoper to go use Facebook Zucking Messenger. What the zuck? Okay? What the zuck? A guy from Facebook telling us this is a cybersecurity scope and says, use Facebook Zucking Messenger when you already know that Facebook reads your messages on Facebook Zucking Messenger. Zuck book. Seriously. Yeah, except he works for Facebook, so he doesn't care. He's more concerned about his stock. FB knows everything about you. He's only concerned about his stock. I use it all the time. Well, lucky you. Because you can go and clear your messages. We have no way of doing that. We have no way. You can do it. We can't do it. You can say, let me erase. I'm worried about my Intel stock. iSocialFit can say, I'm going to delete my stuff. And we can't do that. He can. He can read your stuff too. So of course he wants you to put stuff in there. Because he's the man in the middle on Facebook Messenger. iSocialFit is the man in the middle on Facebook Messenger. By the way, iSocialFit, are you in a tech position or marketing position? iSocialFit, are you a techie or a marketing management? Zuck reads my messages from Messenger. Well, of course, tech. Of course, Zuck will read your messages from Messenger. It's like saying you're using the police force system, and you are the police. Therefore, you're safe with your own stuff. Okay? You're safe with your own stuff. We're not safe with you, but you're safe with yourself because you can control your Zucking data. So for you guys who work at Facebook, yes, you're going to love using Facebook Messenger because you can delete it. Broadcasting to the world. Does he know our... yeah, probably. Yes, Monica, probably. Oh my gosh. This panty stuff is like going to be a permanent part of my scope. It's very visual. Very visual. It's like, yes, Monica, thank you. It's like very... I wasn't trying to acknowledge it for you, Monica. I was trying to not acknowledge that it came from you. So I thought it was skincare. No. Anything more visual than somebody spying on your underwear purchases? Yes, you're male. I go commando. So email is one of the worst ways of doing man in the middle. Now let's talk about more simple things. Let's say you go to a website and you have the option for using HTTP. Hello, hi from Miami, Twinkle, twink. I didn't see the whole thing. You're going on a website and you have the option of using HTTP or HTTPS. Guaranteed, if you use HTTP, there's a man in the middle. So you really should not use HTTP because they know what you're looking at. Hi, Heather. So they can tell what you're looking at when you're using HTTP. Do not ever do a transaction with HTTP. Do not ever log in. Do not ever log in and put a password on any place with HTTP. Now that's pretty unusual nowadays. That would be pretty dumb. But don't log into anything that has HTTP on it. It has to be HTTPS. In other words, look at the browser and look at the little lock sign. PayPal is HTTPS. You cannot do PayPal. Any big company will use HTTPS. Any big company. You don't have to worry about that. But if you're going to some rinky-dink, store, somebody's trying to sell you something on the internet and they're on HTTP, you say, "Duck you." Monica, you are too smart for me, Monica. Monica, you are too smart. You're like 10 steps ahead of me here. Monica, you're 10 steps ahead. You are really accumulating good information here. But in general, given a choice between HTTP and HTTPS, you must use HTTPS. Okay, you must. Now, the next question is, can there be a man in the middle on HTTPS? The answer is possibly. Yo dog, 3-letter. It's still 3 letters. Still has it's still an egg. Yes, so somebody can interfere with the HTTPS man in the middle. However, you can spot it. Let me explain HTTPS to you. Egg needs to be cracked. Egg needs to be fried. Let me explain HTTPS to you. HTTPS tells you 2 things. HTTPS is A, encrypted. There is no ifs, ands, or buts. If you use HTTPS, you are encrypted. Okay? This is not an option. In order for the browser to connect with HTTPS, you have to be encrypted. So the moment you see HTTPS, encryption is on. Guaranteed, encryption's on. However, who are you talking to? That you can't guarantee with HTTPS. Who are you talking to? Are you talking to your bank? Or is there a hacker at the other end of HTTPS? That you cannot confirm without checking the zucking certificate. So I talk about techniques of how to figure that out. But in general, Facebook is HTTPS. It better be. Seems like the whole internet. Base reporter is zucking here. Base reporter, are you in zucking Florida? When are we gonna go shoot some stuff? So anyway, to start again, buy new devices, get new internet, or just zucked on that. Yeah, that's a good topic in itself. How do we start again? You may want to create new identities, use a VPN, create new identities. There's stuff you need to do. So it seems like the whole internet is a giant honeypot. Too much problem to check certificate. You don't have to check certificates like constantly. For your favorite website, all you have to do is say, is the certificate consistent when you go elsewhere, and just, secure a specific location. Let me tell you the target areas for attacking of HTTPS certificates. Typically, it's at your employer. If your employer is messing with the certificate, which they do, then you will find out. So, which tells you they're reading your traffic. That should be an indicator to you that your employer is reading your traffic. Your employer typically will read the traffic. They like to do that. Why I'm not surprised. They actually used hardware made by the Morton Salt blue suit people, Romantech. They put the hardware on the corporate side and they sell them this for several thousand. Say, here, put this man-in-the-middle software hardware for you, and let's read the traffic of your employees and see what they zucking put on zucking Facebook. Romantech, yeah. The blue suit people will sell this hardware to the big corporations and say, let's find out what the zuck you're putting on zucking Facebook. Let's find out what bank transactions you're conducting while you're in the zucking office. So if you are in the office, and you're using the office Wi-Fi, not the AT&T Verizon Wi-Fi, but the office Wi-Fi, then you have to assume that there's a chance, a high chance, 50-50, that somebody, yeah, you told me that, 50-50 chance that they are doing a man-in-the-middle on you. 50-50. If you work from home, then the only issue is a hacker hacking into your network, and that's easily solved. So the solution for your home system is simple. When you use a VPN, the man-in-the-middle doesn't matter at your house. I use a VPN. I don't concern myself with man in the middle in the house. I don't concern myself with people hacking my Wi-Fi because with a VPN, they don't know what the zuck I'm doing anyway. Is second user necessary? Yes, a second user is necessary. But that's not really a man in the middle kind of question. But yeah, you should always have 2 users on your computer system and always use the non-admin user. VPN and RSA token and smart card from home. VPN, RSA token, and smart card from home. Okay, but who's the VPN? Corporate VPN? Zocked. Who's the VPN? I recommend that you use a commercial VPN and not the ones that iSocialFit recommends. Use the one I recommend. What about websites that won't allow you to use it? Then you have to turn it off. You have no choice. But don't do anything else. Let's say that your bank says we have to use your VPN. You have has IPVanish been in court? Show me a court case. If you're so sure about IPVanish, show me a court case. Where's the court case where IPVanish, with its double the price, has gone to court and been asked to present the data? So that is one of the that's one of the judgments for what a good VPN is. A VPN is a man in the middle, folks. A VPN is a man in the middle. If your VPN is a bad guy, you are zocked. So it is very important to choose the right kind of VPN. There are actually fake VPNs out there, by the way. There are fake VPNs. In fact, they use them on iPhones and things. Somebody checked the VPNs on an iPhone, and many of the VPNs offered on the iPhones actually don't encrypt. Many VPNs don't encrypt. So what the zuck is a VPN for? It's just a proxy server. What is it supposed to do? So I don't like anything free because it means, you know, if there's no incentive for them to maintain it, then why would they put up a server in there? Gotta pay to play, exactly, but don't overpay to play. The problem is iSocialFit comes in here and talks to you about disinformation. And I let him, but that's okay. PIA should encrypt because told me PIA encrypts. You know how you can tell if it encrypts? Use a zucking Wireshark. So I have Wireshark. I look at the traffic. It's quite encrypted. I can never use my PayPal when my VPN is on. Yes, I use PIA. That is what I use. I use PIA, and that's what I recommend. For those people who just came in and need a VPN suggestion, it's on my website, whatthezuck.net. So flip the screen, look at my website there, and it's whatthezuck.net. Also, you do too. Also, please follow me here and follow me on Twitter. Twitter is RobMusic0. I'm on Twitter not as Rob Music. I'm on Twitter as RobMusic0. The poor guy on Twitter whose name is Rob Music, who doesn't check his Twitter, is some guy from Latin America, and he's like getting so many followers. So this guy, Rob Music on Twitter, is getting so many followers and so many private messages. It's like saying, who the zuck are these people? I am not Rob Music on Twitter. I'm Rob Music 0 on Twitter. Number 0. Rob Music 0 on Twitter. Please follow me on Twitter. And here on Periscope, I'm Rob Music. So just to make sure we're clear on that. Rob, tell others to play nice. Who's not playing nice? Rob Music 0 at Rob Music 0 on Twitter. So follow me on Twitter. Follow me here. Follow me here. Follow me on Twitter as Rob Music 0. Best antivirus. We're gonna go for now with Windows Defender. We're gonna go with Windows Defender. We're gonna avoid the Romantech people, Morton Salt. We're going to avoid Kaspersky. We're going to avoid Avast. We're going to avoid all of them. They all have some major flaws in them. At the moment, the one not under heavy attack is Windows Defender. This could change, but no, I wouldn't use AVG VPN. That I believe is IPVanish. So I would use, I would not, because part of the problem with AVG It's owned by the Russians, I believe. It's owned by the Russians. Now you might say you might say, why do you use why do you not use AVG and Avast and so on? The problem is that the CIA attacked them. So they have a lot of openings into AVG, Avast, and Kaspersky. So I still say use Avast for the Mac because it's free. The hacks for the CIA is nothing to do with the Macs anyway, so that's okay. Wouldn't you know it? So the CIA attacked Kaspersky, AVG, and Avast, and McAfee. So because of this, then are they suggesting that you use? Look, guys. This is kind of a Nina. Hello, Nina. Welcome back, Nina. You've sorted out your issues, I presume. Let me just talk about this a moment here, because Bitdefender, Windows Defender is rated high. It's a rubbish. Not Bitdefender, Windows Defender. Windows Defender is not subjected yet to heavy attack by outside parties, because it's kind of newish. So it comes free with Windows, so you don't need to use anything else. So they don't have a lot of exploits yet on Windows Defender. Therefore, I would stick to that for now. Okay, I would stick to Windows Defender. It seems to be covering the basics there, and without exposing you to attacks from the bad guys. Went down again. No, my scope did not go down. Now, but a future request. Discuss Apple TV. What is there to discuss with Apple TV, Monica? I mean, it's passive. So Bitdefender is the one, the dog type. Bitdefender is used to we're talking antivirus. That's Windows Defender, not Bitdefender. So are we getting our languages confused here? Bitdefender is not the same as Windows Defender is the antivirus. Can use Defender with Avast. No, you cannot combine them all. Granny B, no, you can't. Do they know everything I watch? Apple does, yeah. Of course Apple knows what you watch. What about CM security my son is using? What is CM? Don't want to change focus. Okay, so let's talk about the other kinds of antivirus. The CIA Vault 7 revealed that they have exploits on AVG, Avast, Kaspersky, Komodo, what else? McAfee. That basically they have exploits on everything in Vault 7 without the mention of Romantech. Romantech Morton Salt was not mentioned. Romantech Morton Salt was not mentioned. Romantech is a very giant company now. Romantech is a very giant company now. Now Romantech, the problem is, guys, as a cybersecurity expert, I'm telling you right now, the worst exploits have been found on Romantech. The worst exploits have been found on Romantech. This was known last March or April, exactly about a year ago. The worst ones were found on Romantech. It's the worst zucking company. Seriously. The worst zucking company all around. I wouldn't buy any of their zucking products if I can help it. Would you buy Lovelock? Would you buy that scam? The blue suit people with their HTTPS man in the middle. They actually make hardware for man in the middle. They make fake certificates. Fake certificates with their company, you know, the very sign. The very signing one. And they own everything from, you know, the spying software to the antivirus to the certificate company. Suck you, Romantech. Google actually, you know, distrusted Romantech certificates. They distrusted them. Say, you're issuing fake certificates. We zucking caught you issuing fake certificates. And what the problem is when you issue a fake certificate is you allow a man-in-the-middle attack. You allow a man-in-the-middle attack. Then you're like, Zuck, why would you trust a company like that? So, why is it, people, that the zucking CIA Vault 7 revealed all the exploits on every antivirus company and not a single mention of zucking Romantech, when I know for a fact that Romantech has an even bigger flaw? Why do you think that? Imagine that. Because they're probably on the zucking inside. Because probably Romantech built them a zucking backdoor they're already in. They're already in. It would be the last zucking product I would zucking use. It's the last zucking product I would zucking use, people. I would zucking stay away from zucking Romantech, Morton Salt, Blue Suit people, and Lovelock. And the very, very signing people. Anyway, to mask your MAC address, let me explain that. A MAC address, which is the serial number of your device on your computer, does not cross the router. So in normal cases, unless you're protecting yourself from a hacker inside your network, you do not really need to care about changing your MAC address. That's actually wrong. A lot of people in tech make the mistake of saying change your MAC address. That's very easy to change your MAC address. You can change your MAC address in a command line. Very easy to do. However, it doesn't go anywhere. A MAC address cannot go out of your local area network. However, that is not where the MAC address leaks from. That is not the source of MAC address leaks. The MAC address comes from your Wi-Fi. They don't know the MAC address of your zucking device. They know the MAC address of your Wi-Fi. Now, how does it do that? Because Google put it on every zucking Android and Chrome device, and Apple put it on every iPhone device. It listens in on your zucking network card and says, find me all of the Wi-Fis in the area and tell me their MAC addresses, and they separately send this to Apple and Google. Separately. They bypass the router normal IP traffic. They send it, yes, so sweet of them. They send it directly to Apple and Google, and they use it to track your zucking location, Sandy. They can track your zucking location within 6 zucking feet. Hey, Jake, is Jake here? Jake, we have live streaming audio on Brax. Why don't you simulcast? Jake. You can simulcast on Brax. We have live streaming audio. You can have a radio station. All you have to do is turn on your zucking device and be broadcasting at the same time. It doesn't even use that much resources. And live stream at 192 bit rate. It's gonna be awesome. Yeah, it's in stereo. Yes, it is. It's in stereo. Yes. And you can control the bit rate and so on. So if you plug it into your device, you give it a test. You know, there are radio stations there, and people are planning on doing audio broadcasts. Obviously, audio is not a problem because you don't need to worry about showing your face. Just music. People can chat like normal chat. How do you secure a router? Ninja near you. You secure your router by not using WEP, and other than that, every router can be hacked, given time. Any router can be hacked. So don't think that your router is going to be safe, no matter what you do. If you use WPA2, it might take longer to hack, but it's still hackable. It might take several days. If you're using a if you're doing WPA, you can still be hacked. Might just take several days. They're going to do brute force. You can brute force any modem, and there's actually companies that can brute force it for you. So you just give it a dictionary of common passwords, and they can do a dictionary test on it and then brute force it. So if your password is simple, you're going to be hacked faster. If your password is more complicated, it takes longer. In any case, your router will be attacked if somebody wants to attack it. The solution is, don't worry about that. Use a VPN. If you have a VPN, they can't see your traffic anyway, so it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Okay, so VPN is the primary protection. But again, remember what I just told you. You cannot protect your email from a VPN. VPN slows my connection. Then you need to use a better VPN company. My VPN is about 50 megabits, which is PIA, which I recommend. It's on my website, whatthezuck.net. It's 50 megabits. At 50 megabits, I can watch movies. There's really nothing I can't do without a VPN except watch Netflix. Netflix won't let me use a VPN. My bank won't let me use a VPN. So when I have to go to the bank, I turn on the VPN. When I have to watch Netflix, I turn off the VPN. Sorry, I turn off the VPN. I don't do anything else. And then when I'm done with the movie, I turn the VPN back on. Just as long as if you're doing Netflix and you have to turn off the VPN, just don't do anything, at the same time. I use that, but have a problem with a lot of sites. Yeah, well, the sites that you're going to have a problem with are the financial sites and such. They're trying to block VPNs because they don't want somebody from Russia to come in and hack you. And so they're saying, we don't really care that you are unsafe. We just want to know who you are. So these companies are doing us a disservice by banning VPNs. But the Russians will know I like Breaking Bad if I turn off VPN. No, Netflix will know, not the Russians. I take it off for essentials, but put it back on. Yeah, yes, Nina, that's, you have to. It's the way of life, I would never do email without a VPN. Oh my. I would never do email without a VPN. One of the biggest identifying factors is your IP address and your email. So when you use an email and your VPN is on, at least they can't locate you. So I would always use VPNs with email, always. I canceled Netflix after Dear White People came out. I don't know what that is. I just keep making new emails when I buy online, and then I never send emails out. Wow, Granny B, you're very smart. I thought EM went theory a non-VPN port. I don't know what that zucking means, buddy. I switched email from Amazon. Excellent point. Do not use Gmail for Amazon. Let me repeat. Do not use Gmail from Amazon because Amazon is the man in the middle. I'm sorry, Gmail is the man in the middle on that transaction. Amazon already knows what panties you buy. Amazon knows where you live because it's got to ship the goods. They know where you live. They know what panties you buy. That is not the question. Amazon already has the data. There's no reason anybody else needs to know it. Jake Free, they know what zucking panties you have. Because it's so zucking stupid with Amazon. It's so made separate account from. It's so zucking stupid with Amazon. They send every time you buy something from Amazon, they send you an email with your name on it, your address on it, your shipping information, and exactly what you bought, all on the same zucking email. It's like, what the zuck are these people? I scope into my underwear. I know, Jake Free. I know that. Yes, I bought you in your underwear. Yes. So I guess that's to get more viewers. They text also when package arrives. So what happens? Only the cat knows. So what happens when you buy from Amazon? The email goes out confirming your purchase with your email address and all that, and then it matches to your IP address. You're zucked. So now they know what that IP address is. So now they look at Jake Free and they say, what IP address does Jake Free use? and then they find out his IP address, which is, I know what his IP address is. Jake's IP address is 192.168.0.1. So they're going to say, okay, what kind of emails have emanated from 192.168.0.1? So they go look at their, Wireshark logs and say, oh yeah, this came out of, these kind of emails came out of 192.168.0.1, and they say, oh, look at all these panties purchased, and all these bra sizes. So that's how they know. That's how they know. So when you abstract that information by hiding your IP address, now although they may know your name, they don't know exactly which IP that is for. So when you go on the internet, they say, Jake Free, yes. How the zuck did you find those emojis? So Jake Free, it's funny but outrageous, yes. So Jake Free goes in here, he goes in Periscope, and he says, look at my IP address, and he says, Zuck you, mother Zuckers, you can't find me, because he uses a VPN. I don't think he does, but he uses a VPN, so therefore we cannot associate the emails to that IP address, so no one can say that what he puts on Periscope matches the email. So this is one of the very, very important things. If you understand how VPNs work, hiding your IP address, it's actually quite critical in this, keeping people from spying on your information. Do you need to account for everything if I just started VPN? No, you don't need a new account for everything. What you do is you say, you study your profile on the email and reorganize your email a bit, like who uses this email. It doesn't matter that you start a new account, because the VPN disconnects the emails. If you have 5 emails, it's no longer connected to your IP address. So even though you said, for example, TuesdayTells at gmail.com is no longer attached to your IP, so they don't know exactly where you are. So it doesn't necessarily connect you to whatever you put on Facebook. I mean on Periscope. So you break the connection. So it's a very important piece of data to break. Now, given that somebody can read the email of TuesdayTells, yes, AOL. Given that Facebook, Gmail, everyone can read the email, then you break it up again and you say, is there some division of email where I leave the unimportant email on my name and put all more private emails, like what you purchased from Amazon, on a different account. So I would break it up. VPN versus Tor. Tor does not protect anything else, but Tor does not have anything to do with your email. Tor does not have anything to do with FTP. Tor does not have anything to do with Skype. Tor does not have anything to do with SSH. Tor does not have anything to do with any of that. Tor is only for web browsing. So Tor is very good to protect your web browsing. It doesn't do much more than that. In some cases, it doesn't protect you from DNS leaks, meaning that you search for a website. It doesn't allow you to do that. So there is a way to make Tor do that, but you can't just have Tor. You need to use Whonix. WHONIX. Now somebody, VPN plus Tor. Yes, VPN plus Tor. Sometimes VPN is enough. You don't need to use Tor for everything because it's kind of slow. I would use Tor plus startpage.com, and that's pretty good right there. My VPN disconnects when I use Tor. No, that doesn't sound right. If your VPN disconnects when you use... VPN and Tor are not connected. It's not going to interfere. I don't want the white web. You want the dark web. Okay. WeFuCan is here. So if you have my real IP address, will VPN still work? Yes, Ninja, because what happens is suddenly your IP address goes dark. What happens is your IP address goes dark. So yes, it's still, it's very, your ISP now doesn't see anything. all they see is some encrypted traffic, and they don't really know what else. So yeah, a VPN has immediate effect. It basically stops the flow of information from to the ISP. Back in school again. Can you give us a pew 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 to mix? Pew pew pew. I'm so afraid to be shooting here because people, some of you get ultra sensitive when I fire this, but you know, some of you get ultra sensitive, so I don't fire it. But do it. But you have to cover your ears. Cover your zucking ears. Cover your ears. Okay? Here you go. 5-second warning. Double tap coming. 5-second warning. Rob Music 0 on Twitter. I can handle the truth. Rob Music 0 on Twitter. Yeah, this is my pew pew, and that's a fake pew pew. This is the pew pew. Okay, that's a target at 20 yards. Target at 20 yards. Pew pew. Okay? That's a good pew pew. No, I did not paint the tip. I put tape on it. So yes, that is, you're seeing, if that's, this is a toy pew pew. Toy pew pew, that's a real pew pew. So, okay? So if you have any doubt if I know how to pew pew, there. Can you give us some of your best? Told you just a few. Love LAX indoor range. I wish LAX indoor range was 100 yards, but it only goes to 20. So so that's you know, the maximum I can do there. I can't zero my rifle at an indoor range. I need more range. I don't have that. So it would be nice to get like even 30 yards. 30 yards I could do it. I'm fine. So I'm fine with ExpressVPN only to stop ISP. Yeah. So it doesn't just stop an ISP. It stops hackers in the middle. It stops somebody from hacking your Wi-Fi. It stops somebody from hacking you at a hotel, at an airport, at Starbucks. So VPN protects you from all that. It also cuts the connection between your IP address and your email, which is a very, very important thing to be doing. Okay, so nice to have. So this is very, very important that you know the VPN protects you from a lot of things. It doesn't protect you from everything. Like I said, they can still read your email. How far were you away with the 7 yards on the 1911? 7 yards. But that's not my on my I can shoot pretty much just a little bigger cluster because I'm just using pistol. It'll be maybe 3 or 4 inch grouping on pistol. I can't shoot this precisely without a rifle. But on a pistol, it'll be a little bit wider grouping. But suffice it to say, I can zucking hit your face very easily I can zucking, I just got your concealed carry. I can zucking hit your face at 7 yards, which is, 20 feet. That's, and if you're coming into my zucking house and you do a house invasion, I can shoot your zucking face at 20 yards, at 20 feet. I probably hit your nose. Shooting and pistol are two different things. The pistol's much harder. Yeah. So I never use Wi-Fi on my cell phone. What if my friend are on the same Wi-Fi and sniff my data? How to stop them? VPN. If you have a VPN, your friend can't spy on you. That's all you need to know most of it. Yeah. So Yasmina, 7 yards, 20 feet. That's probably enough for indoor with a pistol. if I can shoot this kind of cluster at 20 yards, I'm sure I can hit you at. I can hit some part of your body at 300 yards. I can hit some part of your body at 300 yards. Some part. Right? Maybe not, not exactly, but, some part. Your favorite skincare scoper is on. Oh my God, my favorite skincare scoper is on. He said you should unfollow him. He said that. Cerno said you should unfollow him. He said so. If not the front door, then helicopters up above too. Please don't shoot me, Ninja. I'm not gonna zucking shoot anyone. I just like shooting targets. I don't kill anyone. It will hurt, in other words. Yes, it will hurt. Yes. Can we DDoS a VPN? Yes, but you can. If somebody DDoSes a VPN, you just go to a different VPN. So it's kind of pointless because there are like thousands of them. Like the VPN I use, which is PIA, the one I recommend. And by the way, for people who are wondering how to figure out what VPN that is, go to my Zucking website, whatthezuck.net. Yes, Zuck means Zuckerberg from Facebook. Okay, whatthezuck.net. Go to my website. There's a link there for a VPN, and that's the one I recommend. They do give me a tip. Okay, I'm being open here. They do give me a tip when you buy it from there, but it's the same price. It doesn't matter if you buy it there from a link there, a referral or not. So yes, affiliate marketing. So they do give me a tip. So if you want to not make sure I don't get any tip, then don't go there. Okay? Yeah, PIA works on cell phones as well. Yeah, same product. But if you don't want them to give me a tip, do not go to my website. Do not go to my website. You want to make sure this Zucking guy should not be given a way to pay for the website. He should pay for the website with his own Zucking money. Then, even though I have to make a server to do that, and say we want to Zuck him up, so don't buy the VPN from a link from my website. You just go directly to PIA. Now, if you're being nice to me, I appreciate it. Just a tip. Yes, I just get the tip. Yes. I don't sell. I'm not affiliated with PIA. Email leak on email leak. What is an email leak on a VPN? VPNs do not stop anything about email. VPNs do not have anything to do with email. VPNs will not encrypt your email or hide your email in any kind of fashion. Nothing encrypts your email. The only thing you can do is disassociate the IP address attached to your email. That's about it. It doesn't alter your email profile. So I gave you different tips on email. Okay, did I lose my connection again? Did I lose connection? Okay, so good. When I don't see any comments or whatever, I like when I see a sudden drop. A lot of people are commenting, then it just suddenly stops. I kind of get worried. No, uncle. Creator 90. Oh my gosh, I'm ignoring Creator 90. We're just lazy. Jake, so good to see you, buddy. Guys, if you like to listen to awesome music from the 80s and vinyl, you should follow my good friend Jake Free. You really should follow my friend Jake Free. He scopes later in the night and early morning, and his place is like a hangout. It's like a hangout, friends hang out there. I'm not awake. Unfortunately, I'm not awake to hang out at that time anymore. It's like I used to hang out on Jake Free Scope every night, and the problem is that when you do that, started here. Yes, the problem is when you do that and and I do that, Jake. After doing it for almost a couple of years, I'll burn out. So I just pulled back a little bit. I don't really watch a lot of scopes nowadays because I might burn out. I'm doing this every day, and I don't even scope every day now, Jake. It's burnout time. Do you scope every day still, Jake? I think I've seen some of your scopes were missing, so you must not do it every day anymore. DDoS EP on the same Wi-Fi network, not the company. I quit watching a lot too. With DDoS VPN on the same company, it's a lot of work. 3 times per week. Okay, yeah, it's it's kind of like it's tiring to be doing not on the same network. Uh, there's no such thing as a VPN on the same network. That's what I'm trying to say, because VPNs can be changed. You can have 3,000 on PIA. You can have 4,000 VPNs to choose from. So how the zuck do you say you're going to DDoS that? Which one are you DDoSing? 25,994 already? Wow, which means when I log out, we're going to get to 26 million hearts. Thank you, thank you. I may not be getting a lot of increased number of followers because I'm not so visible anymore in Periscope like the old days. But boy, my friends, you guys are so loyal and awesome. I mean, you're like, you're still pumping these hearts out. I appreciate it, really appreciate it. I used to be so visible on Periscope, and now, I'm barely gonna get to 2,000 today. Barely. It's stuck like glue. Let's say he tries to sniff my IP address on the network even with VPN on. It doesn't do anything. He sniffs you, and it doesn't do anything. Thank you, Nina. It doesn't when you're on a VPN. He doesn't know what your traffic is. So what? They get the VPN IP, change the IP. So what? What does that do? Yes, it breaks the VPN connection. Change the IP. I mean, I'm more sophisticated than that. I am following you. Top tips. Yes, thank you. Visit the site. If I did that, I would play with them. Unfortunately, KGHI, you see, if I spotted that kind of activity, I go on the offensive. No one would dare DDoS me. I would DDoS them in a heartbeat. Massive counterattack. Somebody did that to me once. Somebody DDoSed a server of mine, and I found out who he was, and I counterattacked, shut him down. I shut him down. So that's the only time I would do something like that, because that's not I don't do any active hacking, but in defense I would do it. He said once, I can't, they work for the government. Then what you need is a couple of VPNs, a VPN to a VPN, something like that. You really need to kind of hide yourself a couple of times in there. Well, nothing worse than an angry Rob. Yes, what I would do there, KGHI, is you need to invest in knowledge on how to use Unix, because they can't do that on Unix, because they don't know what IP address. Unix hides the IP address on so many layers that you don't really know. You can't do it. Unix, WHONIX. If you're a more advanced person, that's the way to do it. If you're any more advanced people in here, somebody asked me a question. I'm going to answer this technical question here. Somebody asked me earlier, is there a way to prevent yourself from getting a keylogger or RAT, remote access Trojan? We already know the Vault 7, CIA, NSA, all these people have ways in using remote access Trojans, as well as commercial versions of that. So the Russians can get you too. So how do you protect yourself from these kinds of tools that are almost impossible to detect? If you're going to say, well, I don't know, I'm going to try to identify them with a antivirus, then you are zucked, because you can't do it. Can't do it with an antivirus. Vault 7. So who to use on your phone to search? Well, that's a good question. I would use Start Page, but I don't know what's available on the phone. So it takes a root canal. So what I would do is, I forgot what I was talking about. Can somebody remind me what I was talking about? Van. I was talking about Vault 7. Rats. Rats. Remote access Trojan. The only way that you can protect yourself to make sure there's no rats. Start page as an app, good. The only way to protect yourself to make sure you don't have a rat is to use virtual machines. Virtual machines. And then what happens is you periodically kill the virtual machine and pop a new one on, and if a rat got in there, then they're going to be wiped out. So I would have a clean virtual machine available and not work too much on the main computer. If you don't understand what I'm talking about, this is kind of a techie thing, but if you want to get into that level, then that's what you do. And then if you want to get to the ultimate, you use Unix. The problem is Unix is very slow, so you can't use it for everything. So I would use a VPN, a virtual machine, and if I need to do something more critical, I do a Unix virtual machine. So between the two, yeah, we have a virtual machine room on Brax. Between the two, I would use virtual machines for daily use, and then use Unix for more advanced virtual machine use, and not use my main system. There's going to be a Brax OS. You don't need a Brax OS, you just need a virtual machine. I've used VirtualBox, yes. VirtualBox is kind of slow though. That's why it's only good for using Unix. It's slow. So I tend to use VirtualBox. You have to use with Unix for the most part, unless you know of something called Cubes, which is kind of incompatible with many devices. I can't even install Cubes on mine, so that's a very advanced thing. What other VMs can I use on Mac? Parallels. Mac is Parallels, and on PC it's VMware. So those are the two fast ones. Parallels on a Mac and VMware on a PC. Those are the faster versions, and the free one is called VirtualBox. The free one works. The problem is it's a little bit slower. You don't have to do all this, Nina. These are all kind of super advanced, and you know, you don't need to. My mind is, you can, you know, it's for advanced people. I just want to make sure that people who talk to me here see that I know more than I talk about here, because I can go into a mind-blowing level. You know, I just want you to know. I'm just showing off. Okay, that's reality. I am just showing off.